Hold on to your coins. These 3 ultra-rare UK coins are worth hundreds of thousands, even more. One tiny piece of metal could earn you a life-changing fortune. From shocking mint errors to royal rarities, you won't believe what's hiding in your pocket. Watch to the end, you might be rich. Hey everyone! Get ready, because what I'm about to tell you might just make you check your old coin jar, wallet, or that box of change in your drawer. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand, a coin that looks just like any other, and then finding out it could be worth $71,000, $86,000, or even more than $115,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin that was once worth just 2 pence in the UK is now one of the most valuable error coins ever discovered. This is the story of the rare 1977 Elizabeth II 2 new pence error coin, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of it. Back in 1971, the UK made a big change to its money system. They moved from the old pounds, shillings, and pence to the new decimal system, which was much easier to use. Because people needed time to adjust, the Royal Mint added the word new to the 1p and 2p coins. So, instead of just 2 pence, the coin said new pence. This went on from 1971 until 1981. Then in 1982, they dropped the word new and changed it to just 2 pence. Seems simple, right? But this is where the magic and the mistake happened. The 2p coins made in 1977 should have followed the usual design and materials for that time. They should have been copper coins with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the front and the words new pence on the back. Most of them were. But a tiny number of these coins came out with mistakes. Some had small errors you could barely see, while others had major problems that turned them into treasure for collectors. These are called error coins, and they are like hidden gold in the world of coin collecting. So, what kind of errors are we talking about? Some of the 1977 2p coins were struck using the wrong metal. Some were printed off-center or had a misaligned design. Others may have been test pieces that were never supposed to leave the Royal Mint but somehow made it into circulation. That's why they're so rare. The Royal Mint never meant for them to get out, but a few did, and now they're some of the most wanted coins in the world. Now you might be wondering, why is a small mistake worth so much money? Well, in the world of coin collectors, rare means valuable. The fewer coins there are, the more people want them. If a coin is also old, has a unique story, and is linked to a famous figure like Queen Elizabeth II, the value goes up even more. These 1977 error coins check every box. They're rare. They're tied to a key moment in money history, and they show a mistake that should never have happened. That's why people have paid $71,000, $86,000, and even $115,000 or more for one of these coins at auctions. Yes, people have actually paid that much for just one little 2p coin. It's not just rich collectors either. Everyday people, coin lovers, and investors all want a piece of this unique history. Some buy them to display, others buy them hoping the value will grow. Either way, it's clear these coins are worth a fortune. So how do you know if you have one? First, check the date. The coin must be from 1977. You'll see the date just below Queen Elizabeth II's neck on the front of the coin. Second, look at the writing. If it says new pence and not 2 pence, that's a good sign. But wait. Lots of 1977 coins say new pence, so you need to look closer. Look at the way the letters are printed. Is anything off? Is the design not centered? Does it look unusual? If the coin feels lighter or heavier than a normal 2p coin, that could also mean it was made with the wrong metal. You can test this with a small magnet. Normal 1977 coins should not stick to a magnet. If yours does, it might be an error coin struck on the wrong planchette, and that could make it super valuable. Now let's talk about condition. The better your coin looks, the more it's worth. A shiny, clean, scratch-free coin is called uncirculated and can sell for a lot more than a dirty, damaged one. But even a slightly worn coin can still be worth thousands if the error is rare enough. If you think you might have a 1977 2p error coin, don't clean it. Cleaning can lower its value. Instead, take some good pictures of it and show them to a trusted coin expert. You can also send the coin to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. They'll look at the coin, grade it, and give you a certificate. This proves your coin is real and helps you sell it for the right price if you choose to. What makes this coin even more special is its link to Queen Elizabeth II. With her passing, interest in coins from her reign has gone up. People want keepsakes and memories of her 70-year reign. That adds emotional and historical value to coins like this. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying a piece of royal history. So what does all this mean for you? Well, maybe nothing, or maybe everything. You might already have one of these rare coins and not even know it. These coins have shown up in junk drawers, piggy banks, coin collections, and even in the pockets of people who had no idea what they were holding. That's what makes this so exciting. It's like treasure hunting without leaving your house. All you need is a little time, a sharp eye, and some luck. Before I go, I want to leave you with this thought. Every coin has a story. Some are simple. Some are forgotten, but every now and then, one coin tells a story so rare, so valuable, that it changes someone's life. The 1977 Elizabeth II II new Pence era coin is one of those stories. So check your change, check your drawers, and check your collections. You never know, you might be holding a tiny coin that's worth over $100,000. Have you ever found a £1 coin from 1995 lying around in your old wallet, jar, or drawer? What if I told you that little coin could be worth $75,000 or even up to $128,000? That's not a joke. It's 100% real. Some people have sold this exact coin for more than a luxury car, even more than a small house. It's one of the most rare and exciting era coins in the world. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly what makes it special, how it happened, and how you can check if you have one at home. Stick with me until the end, because if you do, you might just discover a life-changing surprise in your change. So, why is the 1995 Elizabeth II £1 coin so valuable? It all comes down to a rare mistake. In 1995, the Royal Mint in the UK made a batch of coins with something wrong on them. They made an error during the minting process, which means the way coins are made. This kind of mistake doesn't happen often, and only a few of these error coins got out to the public. That's what makes them so rare and so wanted by collectors today. Now, let's talk about the mistake. On some of these 1995 coins, the Queen's face, which is called the obverse, doesn't match what it should have been. It might be an older portrait from another year. Or sometimes, the edge writing is wrong. The writing may be upside down, missing completely, or printed twice. Some coins were even made using the wrong back design, like mixing the design from another country in the UK. For example, the 1995 coin should have the Welsh dragon on the back, but some of these errors show the Scottish lion or Northern Ireland's flax plant instead. That's not supposed to happen at all. Another thing people have found is that some of these coins have double strikes. That means the machine stamped them twice by mistake, so the image looks blurry or layered. These kinds of errors are super rare. And remember, this didn't happen because someone damaged the coin later. These errors happened straight from the Royal Mint. That makes them official mint errors, and that's a huge deal in the world of coin collecting. Because of how rare they are, collectors will pay big money for them. Like we said earlier, one of these 1995 era coins sold for around £96,000, which is close to $128,000 US. Another one was sold for around $97,000, and some in slightly worse shape still went for $75,000. That's life-changing money for a coin that many people might just toss aside or leave in an old box. You're probably wondering right now, how can I check if my coin is one of these rare ones? Don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how to look. First, get your 1995 £1 coin and look at the date. Make sure it really says 1995. That's step 1. Next, look at the Queen's face. It should be the right portrait for that year. If it looks too old or different than others from the same time, that's a clue. Now check the edge of the coin. There should be a Latin phrase written on the side, decus et tutamen. If the writing is missing, upside down, or doubled, that's a big sign it might be an error coin. Also, take a good look at the back of the coin. It should have a Welsh dragon. If it has something else, like the Scottish or Northern Irish designs, that could be another red flag. And don't forget to check if the images look clear. If they look strange, blurry, or like they've been stamped twice, that's another big clue. Now here's something important. Even if you think you have an error coin, you'll need to get it checked by an expert. You can send your coin to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These companies look at coins very carefully, confirm if they're real, and give them a grade. Having a certified coin will make it much easier to sell and could raise the value. It's worth doing if there's any chance you have one of these rare 1995 coins. Coins like this are called holy grails by collectors. They're the kind of find people dream about. Think about it, this is a coin that looks almost like any other £1 coin, but because of a small mistake, it becomes worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of mint errors. It's not just about money, either. These coins are a piece of history. They're proof that even big places like the Royal Mint can make tiny mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes turn into treasures. So, before you throw out that old piggy bank or skip past that old coin jar, take a minute. Look through it. You never know what might be hiding in there. That £1 coin from 1995 could change everything. There have only been a few confirmed examples of this error, which means there are probably more still out there, sitting quietly in people's houses, waiting to be found. And if you do find one, don't sell it right away. Get it checked. Get it graded. And then decide. Because the value of these coins is only going up. Collectors are always looking for rare finds, and once something like this gets noticed, it becomes more and more valuable over time. Now you know what to look for and how to find it. Imagine if you're the next lucky person to hold a tiny piece of metal that's worth more than $100,000. All because of one small minting mistake back in 1995. Hey! Wait before you throw away that old jar of coins or walk past your spare change, you might want to hear this. What if I told you a simple 2p coin, just a small copper coin from the UK, could be worth more than a house? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. There's a rare coin from 1996, just a regular-looking 2p coin with Queen Elizabeth II on the front, that has been selling for $80,000. $99,000. And even up to $145,000. Yes, you heard that right. One tiny coin could be worth more than most people's yearly income, and it might already be sitting in your home without you knowing. Now, you might be thinking, why is a 2p coin worth so much money? That's the exciting part. In 1996, something strange happened at the Royal Mint, where UK coins are made. A small number of 2p coins were printed with errors. Not big obvious mistakes, but small, tricky ones. These are called bearer coins, and collectors love them. Because there are so few of them, they become super rare, and their value goes way, way up. So what kind of errors are we talking about? Some of these 1996 coins had what we call a mule error. That means the two sides of the coin didn't match properly. It's like mixing the head of one coin and the tail of another. This kind of mistake shouldn't happen, but sometimes it slips through. Some coins had the wrong metal, maybe the coin was printed on a blank meant for another coin, like a 1p or even a foreign coin. Others had weird shapes, lettering problems, or even pieces missing. One coin was found with no proper edge, and another had double prints. Mistakes like these are like gold to coin collectors. But why 1996? What makes that year so special? Well, the 2p coin design didn't change much over the years. So when an error happens in a year where nothing major was expected, it stands out. Most 1996 coins were printed perfectly fine. But a few, maybe just a dozen or two, escaped with big problems. And now, those few are the ones people are paying crazy amounts for. One of these coins was sold privately for almost £78,000, which is about $99,000. Another was rumored to have sold for over $145,000 to a collector overseas. These aren't myths. They're real, and they're happening now. So how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? First, check the date 1996. That's your first clue. Then, look at the front. You should see Queen Elizabeth II. That's normal. But now, turn it over. This is where you really have to look carefully. Does the writing look off? Is 2p spelled right? Is anything off-center or printed twice? Does it feel too light or too heavy? A normal 2p coin weighs 7.12 grams. If it's more or less than that, something could be wrong in a good way. Also, look at the color. Most 2p coins are copper-plated steel, so they have a reddish or brownish tone. If it looks silver, gold, or anything strange, it could be printed on the wrong metal. Don't clean the coin. I know it's tempting to wipe it, but collectors want coins in their natural state even dirty. Cleaning it could drop the value to almost nothing. So what if you think you have one? What should you do next? First, take clear photos of both sides of the coin. Then, weigh it with a small digital scale if you have one. After that, try reaching out to a coin expert, what's called a numismatist. You can find one online, or go to a coin shop in your town, and if they think it might be real, they'll send it to a grading company. That's where professionals check the coin and give it a grade. A high-grade error coin is where the real money starts. We're talking serious offers, from collectors, dealers, even museums. You might think this kind of thing only happens to rich people or coin experts. But guess what? Most of the people who found rare coins like these were just regular folks. Grandparents going through old change, kids looking through piggy banks, or even someone checking coins at a car wash. One man in London found a rare coin while cleaning out his drawer. Another woman spotted an error coin while giving change at her cafe. These are real stories. Think about this: how many times have you looked at a 2p coin and just ignored it? Probably hundreds. Maybe thousands. But one of them could be the rare one. One of them could be worth as much as a luxury car or a down payment on a house. That's why people are checking their coins more than ever. And some are getting rich because of it. This isn't just about money, though it's a big part of it. It's also about history. These coins are part of Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. 1996 was more than 25 years ago, and the Queen's image has changed on coins since then. That makes these coins even more special. They're like a time capsule, rare, unique, and now, valuable. So next time you see a 2p coin on the ground, or you're about to spend one without thinking, pause for a moment. Look at the date. Check both sides. You might just be holding a fortune in your fingers. And who knows, you could be the next lucky person to find one of these rare treasures.